Hello and welcome to Your Best Interviews. My name is Eric Smith. Thank you so much for spending the time with me. I know there's a lot of places you can go to get access to this information, so thank you for spending the time with me. If this is helpful, please share with others. My goal is to help as many people as possible in this process during this stressful time, so please share with others. Today, what I want to talk about is what you should bring to an interview. So you'll see through my advice. My advice is all really centered around things that are going to help move you forward in the process, right? Things that are not going to hurt you and eliminate you from the process. So when I think about what you should be preparing and what you should be getting ready to bring to an interview, I think about the most no-brainer things that will absolutely hurt you if you don't have them, but things that oftentimes can slip your mind, or maybe you're making a judgment call based on what somebody told you. I'm here to tell you right now, some of the most crucial things, most basic things that you can bring to help yourself move forward in the process are: one, a resume, right? So bring your resume. And I know that one seems pretty obvious, but you'd be surprised. A lot of people will come in and say, the recruiter I talked to said I didn't need to bring a resume because everything's digital and everything's in the applicant tracking system. The hiring managers will have all that stuff. It doesn't matter. Bring your resume. The reason I say this is because you don't know. Hiring managers might not have their computers. Maybe it's company policy, you just don't know, to not bring their computer into an interview. So they're not going to be able to pull up your resume. And then other hiring managers, even if you can, don't like having their computer open, right? It's a distraction for them. And so don't assume that they have your resume. Even if they have it on file, don't assume that they're taking the extra effort to go print it before they come meet with you. Have your resume on hand. If you know how many people you're going to meet with, obviously have that many resumes, but I would say have 5 or 10 more extra, because it's not uncommon for companies and hiring managers to pull in more people, right? So last minute, they might pull in 2 or 3 other hiring managers to get their take on you as a candidate, and you want to make sure you have enough resumes to go around. It's a quick reference guide. They can quickly glance at this to understand what your experiences are and assess you as a candidate. And so have your resume on hand. I promise you it will not hurt you, but it could certainly hurt you if you don't have that on hand. So have your resume on hand. I don't care what anybody tells you, have it on hand and have multiple copies. The second one, pen and paper. Super obvious, right? But you'd be surprised how many people come to an interview and forget those 2 crucial pieces, and that could immediately eliminate you from the process. So, my son's starting to chime up, so we're going to go quick here. Have a pen and paper. These interviews, you're going to be getting a lot of information from hiring managers. You need to make sure that you're getting everything jotted down. This can help you when you're doing your follow-up letters or emails back to thank them. You can reference pieces of the conversation. This is also, it shows them that you have good attention to detail and that you're a good listener, right? Someone that can be relied on with information. And so make sure you have a pen and paper, and make sure as you're going through the meeting, you're writing things down. Now, I'm not saying dictate every single word that's said, but have little reference points that you're jotting down as you go. Again, it shows that attention to detail. The third one, have a folio. So I'm telling you to bring a resume, I'm telling you to bring pen and paper. You got to have a place to put all this stuff. And the last thing you want to do is walk in with a legal pad and 10 loose pieces of paper with your resume on it. Have it all neatly packed into a leather folio. You can get one of those for like $10. Borrow one from a friend. Everyone's got them. You only use them to interview. I promise once you get the job, you'll never use a folio again. But again, it's one of those things that it shows that you're organized. It shows that you can be relied upon and you match or fit in a professional setting. So have a folio, something to keep everything really organized. The third one, have your one sheet with you. I'm not going to go into what the one sheet is, but I'm going to have another video. So go ahead and look for what the one sheet is and how to build that for yourself. But really, it's just a cheat sheet on you. It seems silly as to why you would need a cheat sheet on yourself, but you'd be surprised how often and how easy it is to forget critical parts of your experience when you're going through the interview process. A one sheet helps you consolidate everything that's awesome about you in a really short video or in a short sheet of paper that you can quickly reference. So this is something that you can open up and look at one sheet and quickly get a refresher on your skill sets, all the stories that you're going to be sharing in that interview process, your strengths, your weaknesses. And this is just helping you to not get caught off guard. It's so easy, even if you know these answers when you're preparing, to get caught off guard with what are your weaknesses, right? And so have your one sheet, be able to reference it quickly in between breaks or, right before you go in, but have your cheat sheet, have it in your folio. It's just something that helps you in the process because it's a stressful environment and it's really easy to forget things. And then the last one, super obvious, but if they tell you to bring anything, Obviously, make sure that you're prepared enough that you have all this stuff ahead of time and that it's with you. Make sure you have multiple copies. If they're telling you to bring in, previous work experience, maybe it's a portfolio, have a couple copies that you can share with other people. But most companies won't offer this or ask you to do this, but it just depends on what industry, what vertical, what you're applying to. But if they tell you to bring something in or prepare something, you make sure that you do that and make sure you bring those in with multiple copies. Most companies aren't going to do that in the interview process, so you don't have to worry about that. But the critical ones that you really want to have on hand: resume, pen and paper, Folio, something that looks professional that you can organize all that with, and then a one sheet. Your one sheet's just your cheat sheet again, right? Helping you absolutely crush the interview and giving you that last bit of confidence right before you go in. So thanks, guys. Hopefully this was helpful. Check out the one sheet video and share with your friends. Thanks.